Welcome to Recouped the podcast, where we uncover the depths of sustainability and its impact on the world.
We're your hosts, Vicky
and Michelle.
And together we'll explore what it means to live more sustainably.
Oh my gosh, this is episode 20.
Episode 20!
And it's also like we just surpassed our 1 year
anniversary.
Wait, really?
Technically.
Okay, technically, like business license wise.
But business license wise, it's like a year and a half.
Yeah.
But real business, like date of operation, taking money, is a year.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. Our first dollar.
Our first dollar selling maple trees.
Was at
Horticulture.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was a delight. But it did start with maple trees, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you remember my nerdy butt came to you and was like, guess what we should do? And I was like, horticulture. And we were like, what are we going to do?
Yeah. So what are we going to do? What are we going to sell horticulture? Yeah.
And then I'm like, I had a bunch of baby saplings growing or baby sapling maples growing and we could sell those. Yeah. And then we're like, okay. And then what?
Yep. Because then we started building the coops and first we were like, let's just take all these old fence boards that we have from between our houses, and we could build like little cute planters
for our saplings and
and we just make like 200 of them to sell.
Yeah.
And so that was like good. We were kind of like going on to that, but we were like, we have a long time until horticulture happens.
Uh-huh. And then we also realized,
and we're so like big, ambitious,
like we want to do something
overachievers.
Now. Yeah, we got a plan right now.
Then we're like, once we do all this, like then it's kind of done. Like it was almost like, oh, we just have to go dig up the plants, so we'll let them sit there for now until we figure out all the other logistics.
Yeah.
So we never really like dug that many.
No, I mean I had a few.
Yeah.
But
we dug up a whole bunch of plants.
We did.
Everywhere.
Remember, I started digging up a few, and that's when I had the crazy hair, and I was like,
yeah,
look at all of these maples. And then it turned into, yes. Mm-hmm. And then we were planning. But
then once we saw that we had to get like a business license.
You had to get a remember when I looked into how much it would cost to sign up for horticulture, and I was like,
yeah.
So if y'all don't know about this world of like vendors at like
market events,
markets and festivals and
there's like
farmers markets, there are booth fees. Depending on the type of markets that they are, these booth fees could be not
like 100 to 5,000.
Yes, correct.
In some spaces.
And the one that we did was higher than we ever intended.
But at the same time, like I love a challenge, so it was like
we were like, how are we gonna
do this? Pretend like we have $0 in our pockets.
Correct.
Like we're not going to take any of our
own
resources.
Personal,
And so it was like let's build a chicken coop.
Yeah, and that also started too. Remember when? Because I had just gotten chickens too.
Yeah.
And then you had brought over your chicken coop.
Yes.
You're half a chicken coop because I had just gotten chickens and I hadn't figured out what
I was going to little one that was like falling apart. I just like
Yeah, and then you put it together for my birthday. It was your birthday gift to me of this cute little chicken coop thing.
But it looked like a cute real house.
Yeah, it was so adorable. It's on our Instagram somewhere, way back.
I'm like, let's just sell this.
Yeah, and we were like, let's just sell this
a tiny bit more,
and we'll sell it,
and that will be our booth fee.
Well,
was it?
No. It wasn't the booth fee, but it was the start to this is how we figured out we could sell enough of these to make our booth fee.
And then what did we do? So we took that 200 whatever
that
we made. It was a quick flip. Mm-hmm. Like we posted it. It sold really quickly. We got that cash in hand.
This is real.
We bought a doghouse.
We did buy a doghouse.
That was on like Craigslist type, it was on an OfferUp platform. And it was like this really cool custom built doghouse that this guy was getting rid of.
Yep.
It was just a plain old doghouse, but he was selling it and we like took some of that money, went and got it, brought it home, tore it pretty much apart. Like,
yeah, we did a lot.
Because we had that vision, like, I can see something cool from here. We built like a platform underneath and we turned it into a double-decker, really cool
chicken coop. Yeah, and then
that was our booth fee.
No.
Yeah.
It was the chicken mansion.
Oh, the chicken mansion. We've done a lot of coops.
We have. Because that one helped us. Because then we were like, oh, we're going to sell chicken coops, which we were. Yeah. We were selling chicken coops and it was still upcycled.
At this point, our business savviness was starting to show.
Yes.
Like where it was like, okay, now, because we were like allotting time every day we were like, not going to let this all consume.
No. But then do you remember we went to the farm?
Yeah.
The 21 acres farm?
Yeah.
And then we salvaged
But look at, we
so
have like a
much good
symbiotic
stuff.
relationship
I know
with
we
them
do,
now.
which we'll share too.
Yeah.
But yes.
You won't believe what these people were throwing out.
I mean, yeah, from a farm. Anyways, we got some really great wood. Just, I mean, like
windows,
cedar,
old windows.
And
chairs.
we took those
Teak
shades,
chairs. Yeah.
and then we flipped those. And we
Yeah.
made some money from those. Anyway, so then we realized our business savvy, how we wanted to make our money without
Like keeping track of everything.
Keeping track of it, not taking money out of our own pockets to pay for it. That was our first challenge, was like, how can we make a bigger, better chicken house or whatever we were doing next, and what could we flip and grow or sell without taking any money from our own pockets.
Yeah.
And that's how we just kind of trickle, because then we sold, remember the garden bench? Mm-hmm. I forgot about that one. That was really popular, even though we didn't get very many out, but everything just kind of snowballed. Then we did the chicken mansion.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Was exactly
and we built
our
that one from
fee.
scratch.
Yeah.
You remember? Like, we built that one from scratch. The only
We got
thing was,
more than our horticulture fee for that one.
yes, we did.
So we were able to pay for our horticulture fee and our business license. With that one.
Yeah.
So, and that was like
that was a huge accomplishment. That was like,
but then at that point, all of a sudden we were like, we pivoted to bags.
yeah, because in the meantime,
Well, we had known, because we
you
were
had
like,
already
we
gotten
wanted,
the bags, right?
yeah, we were along the lines of like, we're going to get this business license. Now we're going to do a business.
Because we have
And-
to
yeah.
do horticulture.
Yeah.
You had to get a business
We're not
license.
just like fucking around here. We were like going full blown.
We were going full blown, but we were fucking around to find out.
Yeah, but then we were also like, okay, we're not just doing anything. We want our careers to have a good impact
Yeah,
on community.
on the
Because we had
community.
a high value of like, this was like post-COVID too, where we were like, we found that good, hearty balance of life and purpose. You know, where it's like we need to stick close to home.
We stick close to
yeah.
home, bring something back to our community,
Yeah.
bring up something useful.
And be connected.
And to be, yes.
Yeah. So our outreach was pretty a small circle at that point, but we did
it. Like,
because it was more fulfilling to have that direct impact.
Yeah.
Like, we're taking Thomas's bags.
Yes.
And doing this, and then he can directly see what we're doing. His customers can directly see what we're doing, and we have at the end of the day, it definitely is rewarding.
Yes.
So
somewhere in between these houses,
from then to
we were getting
now,
those bags.
if we were to look at it, of the impact.
Yeah.
On a career aspect, like, it is so much more sustainable to be in business like this for your life.
Yes. And for us, for
Yeah.
sure. Like, if people have
Our
other
health, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If for us, this is
Yeah.
the way to do it.
Yeah.
We appreciate the way that we do it. We appreciate each other and how we do it. We are on the same mindset and on the same track of that. But it was like, I mean, going from maple trees to sell at a garden event to selling upcycle reusable bags.
Yeah.
Like, it is so many
It all
steps in between,
happened
but it was a very natural progression. It wasn't like, oh, let's go find these bags. Like, these bags came to you, and then we're like, what do we do with them?
I get about 300 of these a year. And so, yeah, that prototype process, which was so fun, I'll never forget, like, because that's like that artist in me wants to just like figure out everything.
Yeah.
Like, those are the fun parts of business.
Yeah.
Always coming up with something new. Like, I don't think we'll ever lose that edge.
No, it's always fun. I
Yeah.
mean, you're really creative when it comes to it. Sometimes I'm like, you just tell me what the vision
that
is.
works, yeah.
And then we're like, okay,
And
this
that's
is it.
like, yeah, that's always the good partnership. Finding that balance, like, we'll pick each other up and move forward. But
no,
as far as like having the green business, that aligns with
how we are,
yeah,
in regular life, right?
something to be really like proud of.
I think so. I think so, because it's just like, well, right, green business, sustainable business, in every way we try to make it sustainable for our lives. Green in the sense that we are taking something that would be sitting in landfills.
It's a challenge.
And creating something new. And it's a challenge because some people don't understand what we're doing or why we do it.
It's a fun challenge, though.
Yeah. I mean, like, what do you think, like, as we've gone through this green, not this as we go through this green, like, as we continue in our businesses, we're growing this career that we're doing for ourselves, what can you think of that have been challenging in this specific field of us doing green green, reusable, upcycled. Like, what's a challenge? What I'm trying to think of an experience either with a person or at a market or even with ourselves.
Yeah.
Like,
consistency is going to be a challenge. Because
actually, you're right.
We are relying on something that isn't reliable.
Correct. Like, because you don't know.
We don't know. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, about 50 million of these super sacks are being used in America every year. So there's no shortage of super sacks.
Yeah.
But we, again, like our outreach is local. We consider it like a locally sourced thing. We're not like shipping bags from across the country to tear apart.
Yes.
Hopefully someday we have a headquarters over there and it'll work like
and it'll work there too. Yeah,
absolutely. Support another community. But for now, like, we're just trying to kind of stick with local stuff. Like right now, the place that we get our bags at this time, this season, the firewood delivery season is over. So we're not going to probably get any more of Thomas's bags until fall.
That's correct. And then so now we're working with a company.
Pivot,
Yeah. So we pivot and we work with a company that has feed bags or the corn kernel bags or the azomite bags or what's it?
And the more bags we have to make, which is a great problem to have, the less are out there.
Yeah. But you know what? I was thinking about like a lesson that was learned is like we I think are pretty approachable as far as when we're out in the community and we're working at these markets and stuff. But I think for me in the most recent, a lesson to be learned is we can't say yes to everything. We have had such great reception from our community. People want to bring stuff to us. People want to recycle with us. People want to bring these things to us. But there was a certain point where Michelle and I had to stop ourselves in our tracks and go, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yes. And in 1 year, that's a big, huge change.
It's
hard because
people
a year ago when somebody would have asked us if we could do something, like, can you take this and do this? We'd be like, yes.
But now we're like, no. But then now has it turned into no, we can't take it because when we have to, like, as we were talking to, or I was talking to our producer Tracy earlier, it's like now we've started taking on more textiles, right? So now we're doing banners, which is great. But then we're also realizing it's not sustainable for us to take any banner from anywhere for any occasion because if we can't sell it back, not even to sell it, if we can't get it out of our hands into someone else's hands,
we're just sitting on
on this, and then we're doing the same thing that the original person that had the banner are doing. And so we realized for us, like, we want to make something functional and usable. And if people aren't going to buy the product because it doesn't mean anything to them, like these banners from
like a soccer game or something.
Or like just different things like that. It's hard to move that because it doesn't make sense to people. But then, remember, we had an experience not that long ago where someone's looking at us, and I assume it's because they saw us as being successful, and then they were like, "Oh my gosh, you should do rice bags."
Yeah.
And of course we're like, yeah, that's cool. But there's already other,
there's other places that are doing the rice bags, the feed bags.
Correct. And we're like, that's wonderful.
Stuff that like consumers just get off the shelf and then reuse.
Yes.
And we're like always encouraging people to do it.
You should definitely do that. But then we were approached by somebody about using the rice.
Yeah.
Using the rice bags.
And she has a friend send them to her from like Minnesota or something. Because she has a restaurant there. So she spends money on shipping to have these bags sent to her. So then she's already like overhead.
Yeah, for herself.
Yes.
And then
it doesn't align with
how we want
with our
correct, because our intentions business, are to take the things that are literally going to the landfill and
or like locally right here we're taking. There's enough trash here.
Correct. There in the end
50-mile
there's
radius.
Enough trash here. Please
do not spend money on shipping.
And don't ask us to pay for that from you either. Because that was the thing that the challenge was realizing people want to start recycling with us now.
Or if people see what we're doing and they think, oh, I can maybe profit from it.
Correct. And that was the experience of like that lesson. I was like, wow. Now we're to the point where
other people saying like, oh, I'll sell you my
correct
feed bags.
Or they're trying to sell us these things. We're like, that is so cool, but that's not what we're doing. Like, because if you can get money for them, you should sell them to somebody else who can actually use them. You know, that way. We're taking the bags that are torn apart. We're taking the bags that are stained. We're taking the bags
in the garbage anyway.
that are ending up in the garbage. And we're lucky enough that some of them look, lately, a lot of them have been looking really good, but we do a lot of work to get them to that place too. Yeah. But I guess what I'm trying to say is like, the lesson that we learned is we can't say yes to everything because that's not green for us.
Well, I think one of the reasons like we've had good success too is like we we're looking at the bigger picture. Always we can pivot great. And like I've said before, we're able to, in our Bold Journey interview, I had talked about how I think the key to our success is being able to fail successfully.
Correct.
When something happens that's a failure, that is the key to success. If you can take that and move forward.
And learning from it.
Yeah, it's how you handle that little failure and then you move on because that's how you learn.
Yeah.
But for us, like one of those pivotal like click moments for us was when we were at the bank and we were doing all of our business banking stuff, getting our license and everything and ready. And they were trying to figure out what we were called. We were like, are we recyclers? Are we bag makers?
Yeah. Because we weren't clothing makers. It wasn't
this
apparel.
Like, category for tax. The IRS needs to know what we do.
Yes.
Are we manufacturers? Yeah. Are we sellers? Yeah. Like what, but what are we called?
Yeah.
And so we were coined, they gave it to us, textile conversion.
Yeah.
And once that clicks in my head, like the way that my head works, I'm like, okay.
That's what we're doing.
Going to be focusing on textile
are.
Conversion, and that could mean a lot of things too.
Yeah.
So in the grand, bigger picture, hopefully we can make a bigger impact. We can focus on other solutions, for what we're doing.
And I think you're right. That was the same thing because we were like, oh my gosh, because like
sustainable textile conversion. Yes, like on an industrial
even when we did
level.
our insurance, we were like, what are we? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe what we are, so, but you're right. It was sustainable textile conversion. And that just is what hit home for us.
Yeah. Because it's like, we don't really fit in just like seamstress, even though we're like sewing a lot of our time.
We are, but we're not just back.
We're not markets. Yeah.
We don't make purses.
No.
We can, we do.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that's not we're not just that.
Fashion.
Yeah, we're not, exactly. It's not just a fashion thing. So that was...
Because like so much of our stuff, it's like working with this already used plastic sheeting. And that's what I'm like, we're basically like turning trash into treasure.
Yeah, no, we are. And we're bringing it back to our community because it's so close. I think like also like what's been really cool, and I guess we can share with our listeners too, is like when we talk about textile conversion for the longest time, we have been working with industrial plastics. And there was a point where we're like, we've got this. And then Michelle had said, I'm ready, or she thought it and manifested it in her head. I don't know. It was like, we're ready to start using different materials. And the next thing you know, we got so lucky to get banners. So when we say banners, we're talking about those big old banners that you see on the side of the freeway or at your event festivals that are hanging up, and some of them are really, really pretty, and some of them are not really, really pretty. But we get our artistic license on, and we create really great bags and totes out of those ones too. So if you look on our Instagram, Sorticulture was really where we hit it off, and we had gorgeous material to work with, and it was a hit. And that was wonderful. Yeah. So
the farmers market banners.
Yeah, and we use farmers market banners.
And then we'll sew up all the bags for that particular farmers market banner, and then we will go to that market and sell the bags back to the community.
And so, like we were saying, so not everything...
It's not an end-of-life cycle.
Yes.
We're keeping it in...
Yeah. We're just... And that's the biggest thing is like we want to share it because... At least where we are, people have a lot of pride in their city or in their farmers market or in the events that are happening.
Edition. If we're going to do something trendy, why not do it like in a good, clean, green way?
Yeah,
like that?
In an upcycled way. No,
because
totally.
like some of the bags are just like, you're never going to get this again.
I know.
You better buy it now because you're not going to see it again. Like we said, like these banners are really fun to work with because it is just like each one is completely different. We work with what we get, and then once it's gone, it's like we didn't even know it like wasn't even there.
No, you're right.
We like
I know.
Had them for
that
a
was a blip. It really was a blip
compared to what we're normally just doing. Our marketers, our foragers, our Poochies. We're doing those.
We see them
like,
all the time.
We see them in our sleep.
We see. Yeah, we could.
But when we see a picture of like one of these banner bags, it's like,
oh, we had that.
Yeah,
we made that.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's so cute.
So those are really fun.
I mean, so. They are really fun. What would you say what are you the most proud of as our biggest accomplishment as a business this year?
Oh my gosh.
Since it's our year anniversary, thinking about those banner bags because they were so beautiful.
Yeah,
and
having the big connections.
Yeah.
So now we're like not the rookies in the market scene.
Yeah. I mean, we in a way are rookies,
but
we're
respected
in a way
Yeah.
that we can do some things.
People come to, like city council members and stuff. They'll like come
and chair members for different organizations.
People want to bring us information on other things.
Correct. Which is great because then we can share that information with other people too.
Yeah.
Like we got information at Sorticulture about different ways of recycling and all this other stuff. And there's an organization in our community that does trash pickup. And I was like, oh my gosh, this information, this person A gave me is going to go to person B because that's what they need, because we can't provide what they needed. We can't recycle this material that they're picking up.
Yeah.
You know, in the city. Here we go. Yeah.
So for me, like, I think if I had to like break it down into specifics, the biggest accomplishment would be having consistency, like our consistent business, but the flower and garden show.
That was
our like
banger.
When I look back on that
was
for life, like
that was a
Seattle,
good one.
Yeah, the Northwest Flower and Garden Show.
That was
like,
the one.
Yeah,
that was a really
so
good
awesome.
one.
I can't wait to do it every year.
I know it's exhausting, but it was so rewarding.
Yeah,
and like you said, the connections that we made. If you guys didn't know, we got connected with a gal named Janie, who is YouTube famous.
Dig, plant, water, repeat.
Yes, and we got connected with her, and now we have a partnership doing
so
some
every
really cool
month
things.
she orders wholesale. Like that's just been regular.
Yeah,
our online store.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, that is a really huge accomplishment. But
just having like a regular. This is like our job now. So every day we have work.
We go to work. This is what we do. No, that is great because we created our own work, right? We created our consistency. For me, also, like the biggest accomplishment, what I like how at the beginning of our conversation today and the beginning of the inception of our business was we wanted to make an impact on the community.
Oh, I think I know what you might say.
What am I going to say?
No, say it.
Well, I was just saying I love that we are making this footprint in our community. Like, these recouped girls are from Everett, you know, and then the folks in Everett know that. And know that the community...
Oh, they like have our backs.
And they have
totally.
and they that we have that support. And then now that we have more involvement in even Everett Pride and our relationship with them, and like you said, with the people in the city and with businesses and organizations within our own city, we have relationships
that was like,
with.
if we look direct year to year. So I think another thing that we do is we reflect, we look back. Change the things that we're not going to do again. We try everything at least once.
Yeah, we do.
And then we plan out our year. We look to see, like, we project what our year is going to look like.
Yeah.
And then we're already looking at next year and the year after. Like,
correct.
And that's like the key to like also sustainable types of relationships. Any sort of relationship, like planning ahead and having something to look forward to.
Yeah.
So like from last year, let's say Pride, because we just did Pride, to this year Pride, everything was doubled. The Pride event,
everything was doubled. Yeah,
the Pride event in itself. How many like bags we sold?
Yeah, no, everything. Yes.
And we sponsored.
Yeah,
remember last year we were like, we would love to be a sponsor someday.
One day, and then we were able to do it the next year. We were able to do it the next year. You're right, and that was for us. That was a really proud moment. Like, to be able to say we as a support business, this organization, and our names were on their banners that we get to bring back.
That we'll be cutting up next year.
That we'll be cutting up next year. But no, you're right. That is a huge accomplishment because we did say that, like, we'd love to, and at one point, monetarily give back to our community.
And that's another thing with Vicky. Vicky and I are so much like, if we had $1 million, we would be like sharing it with everyone.
You're right.
So that makes it way easier.
Yeah, so those are little pennies
where it's like, you know, there's no like second guessing like, we should just give that person a bag. Let's give that person a bag.
Correct.
Yeah.
No, absolutely correct. Wait, was that what were you going to say? I was going to say
Pride.
Oh yeah. Well, that was
sponsoring.
No, you're right. It was that, but I was trying to make it more broad.
Yeah.
You're correct. It's like that was one of those things. It's like making the impact in the community. It's like we did something, and then the fact that we like work so closely, and that we, just like it.
Well, seeing how excited people get.
Correct.
That like normally we would be excited to be like working or meeting. Yes. With, you know.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, that's the senator of transportation.
Yes, Senator Transportation came to our booth.
I know, but or like the mayor or the
absolutely.
other city council members and other business owners that are like, you know, we're like shoulder to shoulder with, you know.
Yeah, and we have the respect from them, and we respect them as well, and having that business relationship, and then having each other's back is like probably been one of also actually quite
gatekeeping. We've talked about that on the podcast I think before, of like, we do not gatekeep information.
No,
like if you come into our booth and we have
have something that we can share with you, or know something that's going to work or could work, where we were successful,
we're going to share it.
Yeah, we're not going to keep that from you because, I mean, there's...
And then you notice how, like, much lighter people are when they leave our vicinity. Everybody feels a little bit better.
Yeah.
That's the best part.
It is the best part. I do.
Yeah, because we do talk about it. Like, even if we didn't sell very many things that day, and we worked so hard at that market, and, you know, hot and sweaty from setup, and, you know, it wasn't a very good day for sales, but everything, like, every time, there's, like, so many good things. We never leave, like, disappointed.
You know, remember the one time we had, like, it was a great market. It was Pride. It was a great day. It was a great day overall. The whole experience was great. It was raining cats and dogs, but the community showed up in a way that we had never seen, like, didn't expect. How about that? It was raining so bad we understood why people would want to stay home, but they didn't. But then,
my gosh, it was awesome.
It was awesome.
There was probably thousands of umbrellas.
Thousands of
People
umbrellas
walking around in the pouring rain.
But then, like, just to be, like, cute and funny, remember that guy who just came to us and gave us $20?
Yeah.
For no reason. He just... I don't know.
He was like, thanks for being here today.
Yeah, he said, thanks for being here today. Here's $20.
Some money to all
And
these
I was like,
people.
are you sure we can't give you something for the 20? He's like, no, absolutely not.
I don't know. We went and bought hot coffee and tea.
Yeah, because it was really cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was a fun bonus. So I guess also being in a community that's so supportive too.
It's addicting.
I know. It really
It is.
It is. It is
how
really
can you
addicting.
ever have, like, hate for these environments?
Yeah.
You know, there are people out there that are just, like, so mad. People are mad about farmers markets.
Yeah, they are.
It blocks the streets. Like,
Yeah,
you
it
know,
blocks
like,
their restaurants or
I feel
something
bad
like
for
that.
those
Yeah.
people that they don't get a share in that experience. But
well, and I guess for us, we thrive in it because for us, that's our way of being sustainable in our lives, in our business, right? Is like, no, it's I'm really sorry that it's blocking your driveway or your parking spot. It's only once a week that it happens. Show some love.
I know.
Show some love.
And don't put your people down. Don't put people down.
Yeah, they're your neighbors. You know what I mean? They're your neighbors.
Another key to, like, good, sustainable business would be, like, having competition.
Healthy competition.
Even
Even though it makes me a little bit
support
nervous.
your competitors.
But that's the thing. That's the thing.
Like our good friend Reagan from Microgreens.
Yes.
When she was still uplifting and helping the fellow microgreen farmer out.
Correct.
Who didn't have trays or something. She was saying, she's like, you know, there's not very many of these microgreens, you know, but like 2 green people at one farmer's market. You would think that they would be like, oh no.
Yeah, like, oh,
Get
that's
mine,
bad.
not theirs.
Yeah.
But no, she was like, you know, she's like, oh, they're newer than me. So, like, you know, not as experienced. I was going to lend them some trays so they could, you know, and like, that's the key to, like, those are the secrets.
Yeah, to being
like, help each other
sustainable.
out.
It's helping when you can, offering the help when you can. And also to say that is just to say our producer, Tracy, she's a market person too. And she also was able to lend knowledge really to us before we started off, you know, with all of this stuff. So that was just like another way of like us receiving that.
That
information and being able to take it
clicks.
in.
Like, those are the reasons why we've been, like, successful, but they align with, like, successful marketing.
Yeah. No, you're right. I don't know. It's been,
you know, and then, you know, like, don't take advice from people who aren't at where you are. Like, those are all those, like, success tips that you hear people say. But it is kind of true now that we've done it. Like, people will have a lot to say about business and what you should and shouldn't do, but it's all a lot of talk. There's a lot of talk.
Yeah, I think at the very beginning of this, I shared with you, like, I was getting a lot of information about all the things that I should do. And I'm like, but you don't know.
Wait a second. You don't have this. Yeah.
You don't, and not because I'm saying I'm right or that we are right, but we're doing what's right for us. But then at the same point, it's like, but you haven't asked any other questions about what our plan and our model is or how we want to do what we want to do.
Or why we do.
Or why we do what we want to do. We don't want to go out there to get a $100,000 loan for something.
No, we're not getting loans.
No, we're going to make $100,000 to do what we need to do with $100,000, you know, and we're going to do it
to support ourselves.
And we're going to do it sustainably. We don't want to be scared because, like we had talked about in our personal conversations, like, every market is different.
Yeah.
We cannot guarantee we're even going to make $100, $200.
Like, statistics and stuff, like, it's hard to find those. When we're like, wait a second, like, this market was so good and this one was so bad. Why?
Yeah. Or even this market last year was really good, but this one was terrible.
Yeah.
You know,
from week to week it could change.
So so I don't know.
But either way, like, so far we've had good outcome at almost every market.
We have. It's been a really good year.
And we do reflect back on how the day was.
All the time.
And we try to end on a positive.
What do you think? Since we celebrated a year and we're like kind of professional at what we're doing, in a way, I mean, we're going to fake it until we make it, in the sense, like, we're going to learn it right as we go. What do you think you want to accomplish in like the next year or two? Or like, what does our daydream future look like?
Well, always improving headquarters.
Yeah.
Because for us, it's that space that we occupy every day. If it's thriving, then our business is going to thrive. And
yes,
our
that is
brains
correct. Our brains can function.
We've got like little goals there. Of course, like, we do have like 3-year like these plans.
We do. Kind of we've written them down, and I mean, like,
and they're coming along. So like, we are working. Like, we just finished Sorticulture and Pride. We are already thinking about next year's Sorticulture.
We are thinking about next Sorticulture, our next Pride. We're also thinking about how we can be more impactful in our community and how we can share more of our bags. Yeah. So we are connecting.
Our small outreach circle that we have so far, that's like very fulfilling. It keeps we're starting to get that.
Yeah. So now we're getting out of our zip code. So like, it's been really great that we have been able to connect with different businesses and community members that are interested.
Recouped worldwide.
We will eventually slow-mo.
Yeah. Our bags are all over the country now.
Technically,
we've shipped all over the country.
So thank you to everybody who has ordered from us all over the country, and to one of our favorites who's taking it. We won't say your name, but Annie, you've taken it all the way out to Denmark.
Yeah.
And we love that too. But yeah, you're right. Our bags are all over the country, and we would love.
And it's addicting again. Like, I want to just keep going.
I know, we don't stop. But yeah, those are the goals, is like, how much more reach can we get as far as like sharing our love for what we do and sustainability
and sharing our business. Like, we do have some helpers and stuff, but it would be awesome to be able to like give jobs eventually. Provide jobs for others.
We know, we're practicing already how we would want to do that. We've already daydreamed about like what that's going to look like and how that will look. Even if it's a small team, it's a small team that we could provide a healthy, happy space, a hardworking think tank, collaborative.
Yeah, like, somebody who wants to be part of our team.
Yeah, who wants to be part of our team. Like, we're so grateful that like one of our helpers right now is your sister.
Yeah.
And she's a really cool part of, like...
She's a great part of the team.
Yeah, she
helps on kid duty.
She does. Even
driving
like,
duty, bag duty.
Yeah. Think tank duty. Like, she even helped us with some podcast ideas and conversations, or, you know, or even just giving us heads up about different markets that she's been at, like good, bad, happy, sad. Should we go? Should we not go? You know, Yeah. I don't know. Those are
for the year or two. Yeah.
Those are the compliments. Being able to
share more. Yeah.
Share in whichever way, share information, share knowledge, share our money, because we have a team that we can hire. Share.
We just started like talking a little bit more about other things that we haven't before. You know, like almost like taking some field trips, doing some research trips.
That is actually part of Tracy. Are you ready? That's part of our. We want to take some field trips to some cool places just to see some like an interesting recycling facility.
We just found out that the Seattle recycling facility has two resident artists that work there full time.
Yes, with the
making garbage art. And I was like, that is a dream job.
I want to see that. Yeah, I know.
How often do they switch these artists out, and what does that look like? But there's just cool things that we need to go learn.
Yeah. You know, I just had, so my inner monologue, we've been talking about this a lot this past couple days. I was just thinking about inner monologue and thinking about accomplishments. You know what I also wanted to shout out, thank you for the pivot, Michelle, is that our tags, like the string that we use for the tags. Like, with us being sustainable, if you ever purchased a bag from us before, at one point they were brown twine.
From the co-op.
Whatever we had on hand, that's what we had. And we were using it for a while, but then
we'd run out and have to buy more.
And it just didn't make sense. But we had this endless supply of the actual thread that holds these bags together. And they're thick. I mean, you'll see, it's a string.
And they're like bright blue.
And they're bright blue. And we decided that's just going to be part of our signatures also.
Well, yeah, we ran out of twine and we're like, no, we have all of this string here.
Yeah, because like we were worried about how it would hold up, and it holds up fine.
Yeah, it's holding up a lot. Actually.
I mean, not that we were worried about how it's going to hold up. I think we were just worried about how it would hold up, like if it would
and
fray,
how it kind
or
of
how
looks,
it
and yeah.
But it goes with it, and so like I was proud of that, being like, okay, even if it's only $14.99 a spool, we make hundreds.
We immediately eliminated that.
We did,
yeah.
So we've saved hundreds of dollars when we make hundreds of bags because we go through them.
We go through so many.
And so like. I was happy that we were able to save money on that aspect, so then we could bring that back into other ways.
Yeah.
You know, all that we were able to save, and we were able to sponsor Pride.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I liked it.
Yeah, because every little piece is being used. We're very resourceful.
Yeah. We are resourceful.
But then having a platform where it is like we have to be, and it aligns with everything we're doing, so it does just make sense. Like we were in the right business.
Mm-hmm. It is, because I've always said that I always wanted, like in my life, I want to help.
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was, right? I couldn't figure it out.
Or
help people and create and be creative. That's always been my thing. So I am excited and really proud about what we're doing, and that we are able to do it in a sustainable and healthy way for our minds and bodies.
Mm-hmm. And we're like, making a living. We're women.
Yeah.
Of this generation. And being able to provide
for our own homes
households,
and and we could buy each other nice presents for our birthdays. Thank you.
I want to take little family trips. Want to buy a hybrid car.
We'll get there. That can be our 5-year goal. You know, I mean, maybe sooner. Who knows?
Yeah.
As things go on, as you guys continue supporting us and you continue listening to us, as we give back to the community, we give back the way that we can. Hopefully that brings success that we can save for electric.
Hopefully it helped.
And hybrid cars.
And hopefully it helps anybody out there that is thinking of maybe starting their own business.
Yeah, truly.
Yeah.
We'll give you all the information that we have.
Yeah.
What we know, and we're still learning is the thing. Is like, as we've shared on all of our podcasts, is we're not 100% professionals at everything all the time, and we are still learning. And so as we are learning it, we're going to share it with you, which also
and
includes...
learn from your mistakes, value your time, value your future self,
includes
in your community,
everything in between.
Yeah,
that was a beautiful wrap up, Michelle.
Yes.
Oh, that was a lovely. You're a great business partner.
Thanks.
Good
How
job.
are you?
You're a good.
I'm very proud of you.
I'm proud of you too. Good job. Way to go, Team Recoup.
And if you're proud of us as well.
If you are proud of us, which I believe you are.
Be part of the team.
Be part of the team, and you can, get us a coffee. Keep us going so we can keep motivating and sharing stories. And we have a little tip jar
in the link below.
At the link below. And we would love to hear from you as well, which means give us a rating. We would appreciate that. Or give us a comment or ask us a question. We'd love to hear from you. We would love to hear about your experiences, or I don't know how you live sustainably as far as being an entrepreneur yourself or in your family life. Yeah.
And if you are also local to us in Washington, the Pacific Northwest, you can check us out online for our market schedule, because we are in market season right now, and we've got a lot of cool things happening at www.recoupeddpnw.com. Our market schedule is there, our online store is there, and all of our information.
Our information about what
and
else?
Our markets,
Our markets and all that good stuff is there. And then our Instagram. Yeah. You'll see fun videos of us.
On our website, you can also subscribe to our email newsletter, which is also a great thing. You can get live updates on anything we're doing. Yeah. But thanks for joining us.
Thank you for joining us today.
And always remember to reduce, reuse, and recoup.
Till next time, y'all. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.